The world is quietly shifting. For decades, Western alliances shaped the global order, but now, the BRICS bloc is rising as a serious alternative. In late 2025, rumors swirled about European Union nations considering a pivot toward BRICS, a move that would have been unthinkable just years ago. This signals deep dissatisfaction with the Western-led system and a search for new alliances. BRICS, once just an acronym, is now a powerful coalition with growing influence in population, economy, and resources. The idea of EU countries even contemplating BRICS membership highlights a global trend, nations seeking strategic autonomy and diversified partnerships. For many, BRICS offers a platform where the global South's voice matters. The world is rebalancing, and new power centers are emerging. Turkey's journey, caught between old allegiances and new possibilities, shows how nations are navigating this historic shift. The story isn't just about one country, it's about the future of the global order. As we stand in November 2025, the narrative is complex, filled with ambition, rivalry, and economic realities. While dramatic claims of EU members joining BRICS may be premature, the underlying currents are undeniable. The rules of global power are being rewritten. To grasp today's power dynamics, we must understand how BRICS has transformed. What began as an investment term in 2001 became a political bloc by 2009, with South Africa joining in 2010. For years, BRICS pushed for reform of Western-dominated institutions like the IMF and World Bank. The real turning point came in 2024 when BRICS expanded to include Media Group 2024, BRICS Summit Group Photo, flags of Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE and Argentina, added to BRICS lineup of stock distribute equally, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE, and Argentina. Indonesia joined in 2025, making BRICS Plus a coalition representing 45% of the world's population and over a third of the global economy. This expansion brought vast resources, strategic locations, and new ambitions. BRICS Plus is now a global force, challenging the dominance of the G7. The inclusion of major energy producers and populous nations has created a powerful, diverse network outside Western influence. The group's mission now are to build a multipolar world where decisions are made in Beijing, New Delhi, and beyond, not just Washington or Brussels. The rise of BRICS Plus signals a new era in international cooperation. Rumors of EU nations joining BRICS made headlines, but the reality is different. No EU member has joined BRICS Plus. The core of the EU remains aligned with the West. The confusion stems from Turkey, a NATO member and EU candidate, publicly expressing interest in BRICS. This was misinterpreted as a broader European shift, but it's really about Turkey's unique position. EU membership requires policy alignment that would conflict with BRICS objectives, making dual membership nearly impossible. Turkey's search for alternatives reflects its own frustrations, not a wider EU movement. For now, the idea of an EU nation joining BRICS remains speculation, not reality. Turkey's interest in BRICS is rooted in decades of stalled EU membership talks and growing frustration. After years of feeling sidelined by the EU, Turkey began looking east, submitting a formal BRICS application in 2023. For Turkey, BRICS offered economic opportunities, investment, and a chance to trade in local currencies, reducing reliance on the West. Politically, it was a bid for greater independence and a seat at a new table of global powers. However, Turkey was only offered partner status, not full membership, a disappointment echoing its EU experience. President Erdogan skipped the 2024 BRICS summit, and by late 2025, Turkey's bid had stalled. The path east proved as challenging as the road west. Turkey's search for a new role in a changing world remains unresolved. Turkey's BRICS ambitions were blocked not by lack of desire, but by opposition within the bloc, especially from India and China. India, in particular, vetoed Turkey's membership due to Ankara's close ties to NATO and its support for Pakistan in the Kashmir conflict. Tensions escalated in 2025, with Turkey supplying drones to Pakistan and reports of Turkish operatives in clashes with Indian forces. India retaliated economically and diplomatically, halting Turkish business deals and aligning with Turkey's rivals. China also hesitated, wary of admitting a NATO member that could act as a Western proxy. The consensus-based nature of BRICS meant any single member could block new entrants. Turkey's pivot away from the West ran into the hard reality of intra-bloc rivalries and security concerns. The dream of joining BRICS crashed against geopolitical walls. Turkey learned that shifting alliances is never simple. The complexities of global politics left Ankara in limbo. Turkey's BRICS bid unfolded under intense scrutiny from the United States, especially with a new Trump administration threatening harsh tariffs on BRICS-aligned nations. As a NATO ally with deep economic ties to the West, Turkey faced the risk of severe retaliation if it moved closer to BRICS. This external pressure made both Turkey and BRICS members cautious. Internally, Turkey's economy struggled with inflation and currency volatility, driving the search for new partners and investment. BRICS offered access to the new development bank and the promise of trade in local currencies, appealing alternatives to Western financial systems. Yet, the risk of alienating the US and Europe was too great. Turkish policymakers faced a difficult balancing act: pursue strategic autonomy or risk economic fallout. In the end, internal BRICS opposition and Western pressure proved insurmountable. Turkey's calculated pivot did not pay off. The episode highlights the challenge of navigating between rival power blocks. The expanded BRICS Plus bloc has a clear strategy to reshape the global financial and political order. For decades, the US dollar and Western institutions dominated the world economy. BRICS Plus aims to challenge this by promoting trade in local currencies and building parallel institutions like the new development bank. De-dollarization is central, reducing vulnerability to US sanctions and giving members more control over their economic destinies. The bloc's new institutions offer alternatives to the IMF and World Bank, empowering the global South. The rise of BRICS Plus marks the end of unipolar dominance and the dawn of a multipolar world. Global governance is becoming more contested and complex. The story of BRICS is the story of a new era, where the rules of the global game are being rewritten.